Welcome to the PrinceOnyx Network.
Alrighty, well, welcome everybody. Shigo got here, PrinceOnyx. I mean, what else can I say? We all are aware of everything that's been transpiring outside of our windows, outside of our doors, and I gotta say, if somebody were to just tap me on the shoulder and say to me, XYZ is gonna happen in the next few months or weeks or days or whatever, chances are I probably wouldn't have believed them. But then again, because I'm such a esoterical, in other words, spiritual person, I would have believed them, and I probably would have freaked the fuck out, because it's like all of this stuff it's been in the making. Little do people know. A lot of people don't really pay attention to people like myself, or a channel like Thought Crimes, or Lovely T 2002. That's her channel, but Lovely T. But there are people who do pay attention to us, especially them. I'm using them as an example because they have helped to keep me calm and sane during these rather chaotic, crazy, hysterical times. Because I remember back when this pandemic first happened in March, I was freaking out up until I had heard a live stream from Thought Crimes, and then I had calmed down and began to come back to my rational self. And then with Lovely T, she was talking about all of the stuff that's transpired for months now, and of course, people were not listening. People were shaking it off and thinking that it wouldn't happen, and so here we are with everything. So I don't know where to start. I feel like this is going to be a long video. I may do it in parts. I don't know. It's just because I've been trying to figure out, okay, how can I engage with my audience more? How can I engage with you guys more to keep the replay factor, the full watch through factor? Because I know I can go on and on with a lot of jargon and jarring. It can be jarring and a lot of jargon. I can just go on and on and on with talking. But that's beside the point. With everything that is going on, I just have to say that a change is going to come, and it's not going to come by way of celebrities. It's not going to come by way of these influencers, these Instagram models, any of that. It's going to come by people such as yourself, the everyday average working man, woman, trans woman, non-binary, gender non-conforming person. It's going to come by way of you. It's going to come by way of us who really care about society and humanity at large. It's just it's really crazy. I just don't know where to begin. With the death of George Floyd really being the straw that finally broke the camel's back, and it just set off such a wildfire that just spread from here in America to other countries, just throughout the world. People are just in uproar. The uprising has begun, and it keeps happening over and over and over. And people are just tired. They're fed up. People have been quarantined for months now. People are practically, their jobs are erased from the 2008 recession. People are starving. People are running out of resources. That little $1,200 check that was given out is gone. The summer is here, but people still can't really go out and can't really do nothing, especially now with all the looting and the rioting and everything that's transpired. And you have people who are shaming those who are poor. You have people who are shaming the poor for doing what they did, while ignoring the fact that it is because of this system that is in place that people have been in functional and dysfunctional poverty for years. For years, people have been in functional and dysfunctional poverty at the same damn time. You're living check to check. You're trying to make ends meet, and even when you do make ends meet, it still ain't enough. It still ain't enough. It's still not enough. And it just, man, it's and I know people probably been wondering, from my subscribers, been wondering, well, damn, where's PrinceOnyx? Because he used to talk about all this stuff all the time. You know what? Honestly, I've already explained that. You know what I'm saying? I took a break from YouTube to just focus on my film career and just focus on me getting this money, working this regular job, which, I'm thankful to be an essential worker. Okay, traffic. Anyway, I'm thankful to be an essential worker during these times, but yet and still, it's just damn. It's still not enough, you know what I'm saying? I just, But to see all of this stuff transpire, it's been very eye-opening. You know, I pray that for a lot of people, it's been eye-opening for them, that they see that, you know, people like myself and my friends, who we talk about this all the time, and others, you know, we're not fucking crazy. We're not, you know, sorry for dropping the F-bomb. You know, I know with these new restrictions and rules and regulations on YouTube, but sorry, not sorry. We're not crazy. You know, like, now is the time for people to arm themselves, prepare themselves, stock up on essentials that you need, especially for the black community now, with everything that's transpired here in Chicago and in New York and LA and, you know, in California, all these places. Like, you know, stock up. Definitely, you know, try to save up as much as you can, because after this, I can definitely predict that a lot of gentrification will be in play for a lot of areas that have been damaged for you know, been hit heavier than others. And people need to buy land, buy property, learn about real estate, talk to somebody who knows about it. And you know what, further, I feel like I should make that a separate video. I feel like I should. Not too sure. I'm back. Here. Anyway, you know, and I feel like this. I'm gonna just say this, speak my piece. I know I'm all over the place, but just follow along with me, please. Thank you. Just the spirit is moving through me. The ancestors, I'm talking to them. I'm, you know, talking to them more, praying with them, talking to God, getting my relationship right with all of them. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like this, you know, for black people who are in these positions of real estate and property and things that we as the black community need, what I need from those who are in these positions, I need for them to understand that you cannot, when you're talking to somebody about something that they're you know, interested in, they want to invest in, they want to learn more of, don't talk down to them. And I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about. You have a lot of older blacks, a lot of older black folks who feel like they can talk to you a certain type of way, but let somebody else of a, you know, another complexion, the complexion for protection or otherwise non-black come through. Oh child, they roll the red, purple, blue, they roll out every carpet for them. You would think it's a welcome to Wakanda party, you know. I need us to really not do that. Talk to each other all crazy willy-nilly, because I'll be honest, I've been keeping my temper and attitude in check for the past recent years, and still a work in progress. But the moment somebody's coming at me with that rah-rah, y'all know I'm finsta spaz. Finna and finsta spaz. Just straight up go in. It's like, yo, oh, we going there? Yes, we're going to go there. You know, and then, you know, what I will say is, with this whole pandemic and everything that's going on now with the riots, the protests, the peaceful protests, because I know people, hell, there are certain cast members of mine who are protesting right now, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, you know, I pray for them, I pray for myself, I pray for all of us who are out there every day, whether you're going to work, if you still have a job, or if you're simply just trying to enjoy yourself, or if you are out there protesting on the front lines. I just pray for all of us, seriously, because it just seems like your existence is so, you know. And then of course there's the option to get the fuck out the country. You know, there's the option to leave America. Okay, that's fine. But then when you look at other countries that people would want to be an expat in, or people would want to migrate to or immigrate to, or whatever the case is, they ain't that better themselves. They're not. They're really not. And then even when you get into the context of the continent of Africa, you know, when it comes to being part of the black LGBTQ community, that's a whole heaping of a whole nother can of worms that is being overlooked, because it's like, it's not that easy for us to simply just go ahead and go back to Africa without the risk of ending up in a country where you will be persecuted and killed for whom you love and who you have sex with and who you are attracted to. That's a whole nother conversation. It's like, again, that's a whole nother conversation that people don't really want to have, but we need to have more and more in order to build unity within this community, more communication and more broad conversations, where we are having these, you know, panel discussions, and we're learning from one another. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. You know, and as for me, you know, I learned a few years ago when I was a part of a protest for Sandra Bland here in Chicago. I learned that being on the front lines was not for me, because it was very terrifying, and being an empath, all those emotions and everything, and seeing this black woman being practically being ganged up on by cops because she was in the middle of the street, just protesting, and she, and with everybody else, of course, but she was just in the middle of the street, protesting, and just feeling all of those emotions and seeing everything firsthand was just like, whoa, for me. So for me, what I do is I spread information. I share accurate information, do my research, make sure what I'm sharing to my friends, my cast members, my family members is accurate, is nothing but the truth, because you believe none of what you hear and half of what you see, or however that phrase goes. And on top of that, protesting with my dollars. Because people have to realize the black dollar is very important. We have about, 1 point something trillion, 1.2 trillion, 1.6 trillion. We have a lot of spending power and consumer power because we are consumers. We are the black community. We consume so much but produce very little. So I find these black-owned businesses that I support that are reputable companies that I support. That is a difficult word. But these companies that I support, and buying black is a lifestyle. It's something that you have to be committed to. It's not something that you can just do for a year and you feel like, oh, I've contributed. Oh, I've helped. Oh, I've helped. I've contributed. I've done good things. No, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that people need to do more often and be a part of. And even with banking black, it's fine to have a regular bank account, whether you're with Chase or TCF or Bank of America or whomever, but also if you have another bank account, and if you're able to as well, you know what I'm saying? Like, people have to also realize that as well. People may not be able to have both a regular bank account and a black owned bank account. So, being able to bank black. So you have to realize it's a lot of intersectionality. It's a lot of realizing who all has the access to these resources versus who don't. The have versus the have-nots. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's just man, I don't know, y'all. It's just like, god damn, like I have to laugh because it's just like, damn. But that aside, supporting black-owned businesses, because we have to get back to the days of when the black dollar would. Is it really that important? Wow, I'm leaving my window open. I don't know about y'all. Anyway, it's hot in here. Anyway, I had to check my camera right quick, make sure I wasn't going overtime. Anyway, because it's been a while since I recorded. Anyway, sidebar. Anyways, the black dollar is important, and supporting black-owned businesses, we have to get back to the days when we had it to where the black dollar circulated in our community several times before it left. Whereas every other community, it circulates in their community before it leaves. We're the ones where we have it and then it leaves like within the 4 to 6 hours, 3 to 6 hours, or like 4 to 8 hours. It's gone automatically, just gone. So we have to get back to supporting black-owned businesses. And hell, there's even black-owned businesses that sell their products rather on Amazon. If you just hit them up, or check out my girl Lachelle Smith of Minority Report, featuring black-owned businesses. Check her channel out. She can show you where you can get black-owned laundry detergent, black, clothes from black-owned businesses, jewelry, accessories, purses, handbags, stuff like that. And even with that, we're supporting black-owned businesses. Of course, a lot of people always complain about the price. Well, little do you know that because, this detergent is a bit more pricey than the Tide or all these other powerhouse names, these household name products, is because 9 times out of 10, or really 10 times out of 10, they're using more natural based ingredients and not stuff that's going to screw up your clothes. Because that's the thing with all these name brand household name products, a lot of times they have stuff in there that destroys the fabrics, stretches them out. It does the opposite of what they are advertising. Little do y'all know. So when I support a brand like The True Product, black-owned laundry detergent, or Nubian brand, or New Wash, that is NU Wash, when you support these brands, you read the ingredients, you see that, this is actually helpful for me, because what we wear affects our skin, does it not? I know I'm going on a tangent. I'm just, girl, look, it's a lot. 2020, What a time to be alive. In the words of problematic future Hendrix, crazy evil world we live in. Okay, chat. It's just whew. Anyway, supporting black-owned businesses is very important and very vital now, as well as getting into real estate, getting into buying property, and fighting for that. You know what I'm saying? And passing it down to your generation, to the next generations, and letting them know, don't sell out. Do not give this up, because this is not only helping us, but it's helping our community at large. We need to instill that in the youth. And I know it's very hard because there's such a disconnect with the older black generation versus the young black generation. There's such a disconnect. But for those of us who are able to mend the bridges, and those of us who are able to bury the hatchet and really come together, let's really come together and do what needs to be done. Because now you have a lot of communities, especially here in Chicago, on the south and west side, that are depleted of resources. Grocery stores, primarily grocery stores, dollar stores, whatever you can think of that is essential. People are depleted of those. They're depleted of those now. But there are people who are doing food drives, food giveaways, first come, first served. You can go to different places. People, again, we're sharing information with each other in our inner circles and just letting people know, hey, if you guys need something, hey, go to this location. Or hey, if they're done doing what they're doing over there, there's this location, there's this location. A lot of charities and organizations are coming out, which they've always been around, but now they're coming out more in droves, because it's like, okay, there is a need. There's a need for essentials. There's a need for this. There's a need for that. So, it's just really good that we have companies, we have organizations and charities and people who are really helping out. So I'm really thankful for that, and I'm glad to see that. I really am. So, in all, what the hell am I trying to say, y'all? Because I know I've been all over the place. Jesus, I'll be surprised if y'all even freaking watch this. What I'm trying to say is that us as black people, we have to really come together and really unify, for justice, and unify against injustice. The injustice is carried out by the state. State-sanctioned death of black bodies has been going on for so long. This state-sanctioned massacre of black bodies, black communities, black wealth and resources for the black community, and just having access to those very same resources. It's been going on for so long, and enough is enough. Enough is enough. And so I'm encouraging you guys to stay informed, enlighten yourselves, stay woke if you want to use that term, be conscious and aware of